What's up, everybody, and welcome to a very exciting. I don't know if anybody's kept up with the news today, but a very exciting Wednesday. One that I was not expecting when I made the schedule at the beginning of the week, because as you can see on the schedule, it says Toku News and Gaming. What I did not expect is for there to be so much news that we might not actually get to the gaming part. Let me adjust my camera, because I never come on here ready to go. I never come on here just ready to go. What's up, Grayson? Deem up. Coming right there. Snake, Huck Pass, Havoc, Paul. How's your guys' Wednesday going? How's my brother doing in Japan? I'm getting pictures every day of like what they're eating, what they're doing. It's snowing in Tokyo, apparently. They hung out in Kyoto for a while. I was like, I'm going insane. Why does everyone get to go to Japan and not me? Why does everyone get to go to Japan and not me? I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here all week. Some crazy news has come out. Yeah, it's been a big week for Toku News. We're going to talk about all of it here today. Yesterday, Kamen Rider. Today, Power Rangers. What's tomorrow? I might just happen to have a lead on that as well. We're going to talk about it. What might be announced either tomorrow or very soon. It's Thursday where I'm from, but yesterday was good. Good. Also, the first review, the Bake Magum, got released. It's got no reader, but it can fit gummy, chocolate, and chip molds inside. I saw it had no reader. By the gummy, chocolate, and chip, do you mean it can fit regular Gochizos? Do you mean it can fit regular Gochizos? Oh, let's get some tunes on. Let's get some tunes on, because I enjoy when we do that. Do this. See how this goes. Tomorrow, Ultraman. I have no idea what the current status of Ultraman. We know what the next Ultraman is. We just have yet to see it or anything. We've had the trademark on that, trust me. Yeah, and they can open, because people thought they wouldn't fit because of the jaws. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I saw that it didn't have a reader. I figured the Gochizos wouldn't fit, though. It's like that's where the baked Gochizo goes. The Boreki cookie or whatever it's called. Honestly, if the sleeped Kamen Rider theory is right, I'd love that. Oh, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the sleep Kamen Rider, trust me. And this is nothing at you. This is just at a lot of what I saw going around. Did I not put these in there? Okay. Let me put them in here from here. I might have deleted them off my phone already. Let's see. I did, in fact, delete them off my phone. Let me grab them. Let me grab the pictures I'm looking for. It's so annoying to try and not use Twitter. These three recover. Now throw them in here. Doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Reload my Discord. Okay. What are the chances of the next Sentai trademark being earlier than September? Super good. Hello, I'm right here. Look at me and not my helmets. Focus on me. There we go. Super good, actually, because everything is so like 3 months early. That's why we got this one earlier when we were just looking at it last week. Whereas we were supposed to get it in like May, and now we got it in the middle of March. No, the Bake Magnum doesn't read any Gochizo. It doesn't have a reader in it. I have like a zit right there for some reason. It doesn't have any reader in it. That's what we learned today, which is crazy. Bring this over here. And bring this. There we go. What stuff has my brother gotten me so far? I don't know. He said send a list and he's gonna surprise me. So I'm debating on doing like a blind opening here on stream. What's up, Wolf Ninja Aaron? My dream of more Kamen Rider G will never happen. I hate to be that guy, but that like you should have known that one. You should have known that one. Big Shane's in the house. What's up, buddy? All right. So I have a theory. Do you think Toei is already working on the next Sentai for 2026? Yeah. They work on these things 2 years ahead of time. We've had like interviews and stuff where they said that. And now even earlier. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything we know about Kamen Rider Zets or Zetsu. And obviously we know that because this came from the trademark bot. A lot of people are like, hey, it's too early for us to know this. We're not supposed to know. This has got to be fake. The same thing happened with the Gojuger, by the way. Gojuger's trademark leak, and everyone was like, this has got to be fake. It's too early for us to know this. No, the trademark bot is a bot on Twitter that takes official government trademarks that are filed and just posts it. It's not just Kamen Rider stuff. It's like all the trademarks from Japan, and then it will post it. So that's where we got this. That's how we know it's real. That's how we know it's the name for the next the next Kamen Rider series, next year's series. Which, if we're going by when Gabu started filming in early March, has probably been filming for a few weeks now. Gabu was the first Toei Tokusatsu to film at this earlier schedule because of these Chinese censorship laws. Toei has been trying to expand to the West. No, not to the West, to China. So in order to expand to China, they have to send their completed episodes out earlier, which has caused them to move their production forward or back, I guess, earlier by 3 months so that they can be 3 months ahead of schedule, get these episodes out, send them to China in order so that they can simulcast them, basically, or get them out at the same time, because it was taking so long for China's censorship to go over the episodes and then them be able to air it, that people were just pirating them in China weeks or months before they came out anyway. So now, to stop that problem, they have basically got on the same schedule here and there, which has caused them to, not here, but Japan in there, which has caused them to shoot 3 months in advance. That is why we're getting this trademark early. That is why this show has probably been shooting for a couple weeks now already. That is why we know what Kamen Rider Zets is. Yes. Yeah. To be fair, China has the largest market, so it makes sense business size. Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, China is probably the closest a large market economy that they can ship this stuff out to and it be like on par. So, because China obviously has its own tokusatsu, and China was already watching these tokusatsus just months later. So that is the first thing we know. The second thing we know is that with this trademark, this logo was also tweeted out with it. This is the official logo, uncolored, of Kamen Rider Zets/Zetsu. Those are the two things we know, and that is it. All right? Those are the two things we absolutely know for sure, 100% confirmed, and that is it. I don't even know how to pronounce it right. Tons of people, if you look at my YouTube comments or my TikTok comments, tons of people think they already know. And they're all different. Tons of people are like, well, it's obviously this. Well, it's obviously this. Well, if you knew Japanese, it was this. And it's like, they're all different. So I just wait till I see how it's pronounced in the show. I was calling Revi Revi for months. I was like, Kamen Rider Revi. Duh, that's how you spell Revi. And then it was Revi. And I was like, okay. So I'm just going to wait to hear how it's pronounced in the show. And then we'll call it that. For now, Zets is fine. Zettz. Also, Zetsu, some people are pronouncing it as. They could just go with Kamen Rider Zit for all I know. But that is the logo. That is how it's spelled. That is the trademark. Those are the two things we know for sure. Any pictures you see as of this recording, Wednesday, March 19th, any pictures you see, fake. Any, synopsis you see, any stories, any gimmick leaks, fake. This is what we know right now. The thing is, a lot of people have been theorizing, which happens in the fandom. It's natural. But somebody said, oh, what if it's about sleep and a Kamen Rider saving someone's dreams? Like saving the dreams of the people by actually having to go in their dreams and save their dreams. And somehow from that theory, which is a great theory, I would love to see that show. That sounds fun. Somehow from that theory, I've gotten so many people telling me, as a matter of fact, that this Kamen Rider is about dreams. So many people in my comment section are like, this is about dreams, obviously. This Kamen Rider is about dreams. And it's like, we don't know that yet. It could be about anything. I thought, my first thought was electricity. Something electricity-wise. Maybe it's computers. Maybe like they're already doing AI and Gojujur. Maybe it's that. You want a punch? There you go. You got it. Go punch. Kamen Rider based on sleep and dreams is an interesting idea. Perhaps a dream world aspect similar to Kirby. You could do anything with it, which I think is sick. You could have your Monster of the Week battles in this dream space, and it could be as simple as like, oh, we're in the dream space of someone, and this is just the normal world. Or you go, oh, this person's dreams are a little crazy, and you use the King Oger CGI background, and you could do so many things with it. But anything you heard that it might be at this point is pure theory. So like all the people coming in my comments and like telling me matter-of-factly, this is what it is, you know nothing. You know nothing about Kamen Rider Zeets because I know nothing about Kamen Rider Zeets and no one does. Besides like 3 people that are leakers that haven't got the go-ahead to tell the community what Kamen Rider Zeets is yet. So yeah, that's what we have officially of Kamen Rider Zeets. Now, if we're theorizing, I think the Dream Worldscape thing, beautiful idea for a Kamen Rider. Fantastic idea for a Kamen Rider. I swear if Toei stole my power plug adapter gimmick for my OC, I will sue. Dude, go back and watch Kamen Rider Lynx. That's Hopper 1 in that video. They stole Hopper 1 from me. I know how you feel. Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors type Kamen Rider show, that it's a very real possibility. But right now, it is like just the biggest theory that's out there because of Z's and sleep and what that means. The ties between the two. It could be Kamen Rider Zeds. I've heard it might be a pirate Kamen Rider. That's what I mean. Whatever you've heard is wrong. Like, it's just not... Nobody's heard anything. The 3 Z's emphasized in the logo do give a hint that it's sleep-based. Yeah, it could be that. Imagine it's just a guy sleeping every episode and nothing else. It's just like when Shoma felt like the first 3 episodes, he was just kept falling and waking up someplace different. He's like, whoa, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? That's just all the show is. I thought that's all Gabu was going to be every week. Was Shoma waking up somewhere new and being like, "Oh no, oh my gosh." So, that is what we know about Zeitz. We could get a set photo at any point, honestly. We could get a leak because, like I said, they've probably been filming for weeks now. So we could get a leaked set photo at any time. Last year, it came around, I want to say April-ish. It is what it is. We know through toy listings and stuff that we're still getting Kamen Rider through like May, June, September. So, or like September is probably when this is going to come out, just like normal. It's just we're going to know so much before then. The same way where we looked up on stream last week that we knew so much about Gabu before it aired. We knew about, I don't know if you guys, for those of you that weren't in the stream last week, we were looking up rumors of Gabu from before Gabu aired or before the press conference. We knew about Blizzard Sorbet the day the trademark dropped. Before we knew officially what Gabu looked like, the day the trademark dropped, we got like pictures of what Gabu looked like, and they were pretty much one for freaking one. We got pictures of what the driver looked like that were pretty much one for one. We knew about Bitter Gabu, we knew about Hanto, and we knew about Blizzard Sorbet and Cake King, which is crazy. Imagine if Zetz is Loki a Toku version of Mega Man Battle Network with Kamen Rider, who's a pirate in terms of just illegally streaming stuff. That would be insanely hype. And now we have Bake, yes. How the hell is that possible? Because they shot so far in advance and knew what all these toys and what the listings were going to be and stuff so far in advance that that stuff just naturally leaked the way it would. The show is just Philip from Double. The episodes are just his body every time they transform. We only follow Philip. And as soon as he falls, we follow him to the ground, and then we just see feet. Feet of the main rider, the shoes. Still hoping for my aquatic or plane theme rider, maybe in future years. Kamen Rider Aqua, let's go! Ram wasn't one of the first Gabu trademarks. Yeah. Like it's crazy how much we knew about this. And mind you, like I said, we got that trademark in April or maybe early May. I can't remember from the stream we were doing. But now that we have this, now that we know the name, people know what to look for. People know what to look for. So now it's all hands on deck, baby. Anything you see leaked could be it. Now, obviously, every year we get fake leaks from people. I don't know if you guys remember the Geats, like Beowulf leaks. Those were way out there and completely wrong, but it's going to happen. So take everything you see with a grain of salt right now. What's up, Christian from Germany? We were just talking about that. Maybe the new Kamen Rider will have dinosaur powers. I've heard this theorized too. Whereas Zetsu could be Zetsumetsu, or I think that's how you say it, Zetsumetsu Riser from like 01, where it means extinction. So it could be things that were extinct, like dinosaurs and such. It's almost disappointing to know all this stuff before the show even airs. In a way, I think so. Like, I don't think the name is that big of a deal because we're going to know the name before it airs anyways. But it's like, now we're excited for what comes next. Imagine how funny it is if Zet's sports theme, which is my best guess, just being how funny after snack theme riders, a more healthy themed rider. They only do healthy riders from now on. They only, like, man, Gabu, we got a lot of kids pretty chubby, so we gotta advertise exercising right now. What's up, Adam? Sleeping dino ninjas, just crush them all together. Mm-hmm. Oops, I want to put them on my phone. Hold on. Sorry, I'm putting music on for my daughter. Imagine he's bedbug themed. I mean, they're all bug themed. Okay, it's on. We need a wrestling themed Rider show. Dude, that one episode of Gotchard is so hype. Bringing all the wrestlers that are Kamen Rider fans, Tanahashi and stuff. Sleep themed driver is just a bed you pull back and forth. It should be Agito season 2. No, it shouldn't. Oh, speaking of season 2, all right. We got some big Power Rangers news today. Yes. One second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. All right. Big Power Ranger news. Big Power Ranger rumors. Big Power Ranger, whatever you want to call it. So I woke up to this article. It's from The Wrap, which is a kind of a respectable news source in Hollywood. It says, Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz in talks to write, produce, and showrun live-action Power Rangers series at Disney+. Hasbro Entertainment will produce the series. This headline was everywhere. This headline was literally everywhere. And boy, let me tell you, that's all some people read. That is all some people read. And there are so many people that I saw that were like, Disney's buying Power Rangers back. Man, Disney's buying Power Rangers back. That's crazy. Power Rangers back to Disney. Guys, we're going to read this. We're going to read this article right here on stream so you can be the most informed Tokusatsu fan possible. Are you ready? Are you ready? Why are they showing Samurai? Because they just Googled Power Rangers. They just Googled Power Rangers and it popped up. All right, it says Percy Jackson and the Olympian showrunners Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Schatz are in talks to write, showrun, and produce a live-action Power Ranger series for Disney Plus and 20th Century TV. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Hasbro will produce this series, which will reinvent the franchise for a whole new generation of fans while delighting those who already know and love the world of Power Rangers. That's me and you. That's me and you. The 90s TV show, originally called The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was inspired by the Japanese children's show Super Sentai. Super Sentai mentioned. Even using footage from that show, it featured 5 teenagers who gained the ability to morph into superheroes as the Power Rangers, complete with their own mech fighters. A film version of the series that starred the most of the original cast was released in 1995, with the second one in 1997. This one featured only a few of the original cast members. The series has had many different iterations throughout the past 25 years. 30 years, really. Lionsgate and Saban Film attempted to reboot Power Rangers franchise in 2017 as a gritty young adult adaptation. The film grossed only $142 million on budget, around $100 million, scraping hopes for a bigger franchise. And then this is really just the history of Hasbro. and what Hasbro is doing currently. And then it says Steinberg is currently the co-creator and executive producer and showrunner of Percy Jackson and the Olympians for Disney Plus, along with his producing partner Shots. It just wrapped its second season and has been renewed for a third. Other credits include the critically acclaimed series The Old Man, starring Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow for FX. Both series are produced by 20th Century Television, the Walt Disney Company, where Steinberg and Shots have housed their production company, Quaker Moving Pictures, since 2019. And in true Power Rangers fashion, we have some more info from Jinsaku over on Twitter, resident Power Rangers leaker. He said a live-action Power Ranger series is in the works at Disney+. Jonathan E. Steinberg and Dan Shots, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, will serve as showrunners. It'll still be produced by Hasbro, not Disney. Disney Plus will just be the platform it'll be streaming on. Think of things like Doctor Who, a full reboot, not season 31, expected to have the same tone as Disney's Percy Jackson and Goosebumps. Paramount and Hasbro were very close to coming together on a film, but Hasbro wasn't comfortable with how expensive the film would have been and chose this cheaper route. Let's pick through this a little bit. What's up, Waffle? Let's pick through this a little bit because I see your comments in chat. One of them, like Paul said, give us a King Oger redaction or Lupat. I can assure you, Disney Plus will not have a Super Sentai adaptation on it. This is going to be something wholly original, like it says, Disney Percy Jackson and the Olympians style, which is, if you haven't seen it, a very good show. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, pretty good. It will be a original reboot, like we've been hearing a bunch, but I'll tell you why I think this one has more legs. One, we have people in talks, a showrunner, writer, producer in talks to do it. We've had that before with Jonathan Entwistle, and that felt like a very big thing that I don't think anyone really thought would come into fruition because of the way Hasbro was going and the way they kept talking about the Entwistle reboot were two whole worlds apart. This was whole ass worlds apart where they're like, we're going to have this Jonathan Entwistle series that will lead to this larger thing. And Hasbro's like, yeah, we're not really doing much anymore. Hasbro's like, man, we're not really doing much. So it was very conflicting, the two things we kept hearing. This, on the other hand, is produced by Hasbro Entertainment. Is set to be on Disney Plus, which is a complete 180 from the Netflix route they were going with everything. Yes.
Always in someone's dick.
I just want anything Power Rangers. I know, and there's a ton of people out there like that. Myself included. I think this will do very well if they get it off the ground. I just watched a Powerpuff Girls trailer last week, and that's never coming out. So I'm going to need to see this on the front page of Disney Plus. And right before I click on it, that's when I'm going to believe it's real. The minute, split second before my finger presses play, that's when I'll believe this is real and is all there. But like I said, it's got some legs to it. It's on a reputable source. Nothing is official. Like it says, they're in talks. This is an exclusive like scoop and not an announcement. But I think it will do pretty well if it comes into fruition. I think the Percy Jackson guys really have an idea of how to take a pre-existing franchise and reimagine it for a new audience generation, specifically something as loved as Percy Jackson was, book-wise and even movie-wise. I know people growing up that were big fans of that movie. So I think this will do well if it gets off the ground, and I'm crossing my fingers really hard that it gets off the ground. Either do something with it or let it actually die. Quit edging us already, Power Rangers. This one I won't blame on them as much because, like I said, this is a scoop. This isn't like an official announcement. So I don't blame them so much for this one. The cursed Powerpuff Girls trailer, good thing that never got the green light. It did get the green light. They made it. It just got canceled before it even aired. I would have watched it. I'm so 50-50 on this. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why anyone would be against this. You know what I mean? Like, if you love Power Rangers is there and it's never going to change. You have those 30 years. This could be a thing that happens, could not. But, like, what's the problem with having more, you know? I think, truthfully, if Power Rangers gets super successful this way, in their own original way, then there is less reason for Hasbro or whoever to step on the necks of Sentai expanding. So not only do I think this is great for Power Rangers, I think this would be great for Super Sentai and Tokusatsu as a whole if Toei wants to go that way and actually expand a bit more. But yeah, everything I read from this is great. The showrunners I really like. Like I said, I really like Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the show. I think Disney Plus, out of all the other streaming services, kind of puts their back into the series a little bit more. I don't know, Netflix, Apple TV, Hulu, they all just kind of have some dog shit slop on them a lot. And Disney Plus doesn't have that as much. Or for the shows that it like really puts out there as like, hey, this is a show we're doing, doesn't really, you know, they sorry. They make good shows, is what I'm trying to say. I have like something stuck in my throat. Is they make good shows. It's all because of the Disney pedigree. They can't afford to have absolute dog shit. Exactly. They don't put just anything on their streaming service. I am also hopefully optimistic. If you guys don't like Power Rangers, we're going to throw it back to Super Sentai real quick, because this announcement that I was talking about earlier of like yesterday we got Kamen Rider. Yeah. Today we got Power Rangers. Tomorrow we might have Super Sentai. This is from Hiroshi Miyauchi, I think that's how you say it. Hiroshi Miyauchi's official blog. If you guys don't know, he played Big One in Jack. He played Owl Ranger in Go Ranger. And this is from his official blog. It says, this year marks 50th anniversary of Go Ranger. With the arrival of spring, I have a feeling that something exciting is happening. Apparently, something is going to happen on Saturday, April 5th. Details will be announced in various media outlets soon. Toei Special Effects Fan Club, TTFC, and so on. Don't miss it. Stay tuned. Something Go Ranger related? Saturday, April 5th. To be announced soon. If we get a Go Ranger 50 years later, that shit would be kind of gas. That shit would be kind of gas and kind of crazy. I don't think it'll be anything like that. I think it probably will be like, here's the cast. We're going to parade them out, do a little nice special of talking to them and asking them what it was like filming and everything back then. But if we get something more than that, whoo, Toei's crazy enough to do it. Toei is crazy enough to do it. And I think this dude just let it slip on his, like I said, official blog. But I'm excited for the little morsel. Shin Go Ranger would be crazy, but I don't want Hideaki Anno anywhere near it. It's got to be either a special episode in Gojuger or Shin Go Ranger. Dude, a special episode in Gojuger is actually perfect. I didn't even think about that. Having them in Gojuger would be fire. Shin Go Ranger. Imagine if they passed down the powers to a group of new people. That would be so lovely. Like, it'd be such a good way to do it. of like, we love these suits. They are the first ones. We want them back. Let's have the OG cast pass down these powers. And it would be so fire. I don't even know if all the OG cast is still alive or still acting or can still like walk or anything, but like have somebody there, you know? It'd be so funny if it's Shin. I like one Shin movie. That's it. I hope after the 50th anniversary stuff for Kamen Rider, they don't let Sentai rot. What do you mean? They're doing it's 50th anniversary of Sentai right now. We've already had anniversaries of Deca Ranger, Hurricane Ranger, Abba Ranger, and Kaku Ranger. I know. That's why I'm like, let's go back to the first, baby. I think Yellow died. That would make sense. I didn't assume that all of them were alive. There was just no shot all of them were. What's up, Stardust Avenger? Hey, Tonbo. I really wanted to get a Tonboger cosplay, but that's looking less and less likely. It's looking less and less likely. I got my tax return and I'm like, oh, wait, I got to pay this bill. Oh, wait, I got to pay this bill. Oh, wait, I got to pay this bill. Oh, no. I has no money left. Opening these pictures so we can talk about them. Opening these fun pictures so we can talk about them. Because I know you guys want to. All right. Are you ready to see Gabu's final form? Let me hear it. Let me hear it in chat. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's a yes. There's one yes. We got one. I said, are you ready for Gabu's final form? Let me show you the first leak sketches we have of Obergab and Overmaster Gabu. These are the two final forms of Kamen Rider Gabu, and I will show you the Gochizo in a second. But we're going to go through these first. The orange one, this big, beautiful, beefy behemoth is Overgab. Overgabu is this right here. This purple one is Overmaster Gabu. It is a double final form like we have been talking about it. You flip the Gochizo upside down, as you can see here, to get either form. And let me just say, as someone who likes simplicity, as someone who likes just thematic parallels from the base form to the final form, this is 0-2 levels of genius. This is 0-2 levels of incredible. I fucking love how these look. This dude looks insane. If this was just the final form with a big ass fist, I would be like, amazing, perfect. But then you bring in this dude and I'm like, oh, he's slick as hell. He looks badass. It doesn't beat Mark 9. You're right. You're right. Mark 9, thematically and everything, blows this away. But I do think these look really good. And here's the thing. I look at this one and I go, here's the thing. He looks like Overgabu. He looks like Overgabu. I love these drawings. But here is a little less detailed but closer sketches of what the helmets are going to look like. If this helmet is rainbowy right here, that'll be kind of hype. I could see it like in here. I'll be pretty stoked about it. Because I like Gotchard Rainbow Form. I think Gotchard Rainbow Form looks good. So I think those are cool. And then here is what the Overmaster Gochizo looks like. You can turn it up, you can turn it down. We don't know what the front looks like yet. This is what it looks like open and on the driver. I'm really curious as to what the front will be, because I think this has to do with like a granite. I think this is like pretty granite looking. So I'm excited to see what the front is. If you even look at what the dark treats look like, there's definitely like, you know, there's definitely a similarity between the logo on the dark treats and the over Gabu symbol, or what we see of the over Gabu symbol so far. I really need to get into Kamen Rider, dude. This season is very, very good. Oh, okay. It looks beautiful. It's Shoma accepting his heritage and becoming the next Granite leader, the next leader of Stomach Inc. It would make sense. Shoma eats a dark treat. Hey, you know what? I don't think that looking at this, that might not be far off. That might not be very far off, you know? Build Rabbit, Rabbit, and Tank. Dude, it does look like Rabbit, Rabbit, and Tank 4. It, like, you can't beat the build allegations now because it just looks like that now. Need to see the actual suit before I could say if I like it or not. Oh, for sure. I like to see him in motion, but, like, this is kind of cool. Shoma changing company policies. He's like, Longo is dead? So it's me now, baby. From now on, we're using Granutes for dark treats. Eat yourselves, fools. And we're selling them in the human world. I am now the Overmaster. Check it out. That shit would be the funniest thing of all time. And then Honto has to beat him. Honto and Vram have to beat him. It's Amazon's all over again. People are like, Gabu's so dark. And then it actually does get super dark. And then it actually gets the most dark ever. I wanted for so long Aruto to stay arc in 01. I was like, it'd be crazy if the main rider just becomes the big bad at the end. I don't think that will ever happen with Gabu, but it's funny to think about. Lucky as vice president, Honto is humans relations. Suga did say he got savior vibes from Honto. You're right. That scares me. I just thought about that. Honto becoming the main character might ruin Gabu for me. I want him to die at the end? No. But it kind of did in Black Sun. Yes, but it's not. Black Sun's just not a mainline rider. And we all know that. So those are the final forms of Kamen Rider Gabu. I like the colors. I can't wait to see how they look like in real life. What if it becomes a 0-2 situation and Sachika gets over Gabu? That would be crazy. What's up, Zets? Zetsatsu? You already got Zets in your name. How's it going? Are there two mouths on the over Gabu thing? Yeah, it looks like it. It does look like it. So it might be like human form and Granute form. And that's what like flipping it over means. Orange and purple is a great complementary combination. I think they look so good. It's sad because this one kind of looks like what the leaked version of Blizzard Sorbet was when it had like the cone spikes. That kind of looks like this. And if this doesn't end up looking like this, I'm going to be very sad. I'm going to be very sad because I really like how these look. I liked how the OG leak of Blizzard Sorbet looks. I like it now too. But I think the original like Doomsday looking version of it would have been so fire. I think that's all we have for news, right? See, Togu rumors. I think we talked about everything. We talked about Zets. But the final forms. The design is nice. I think it looks so great. It will have the tiniest hands. Kicking is still better. Kicking is just unbeatable. Kicking is a fire form. Ice cold fire form. Kicking is great. And like Gabu's been hitting on forms all over and over and over again. So I have no doubt that like even if it doesn't look like these, they will be great. But these are also fire. Gabu just can do no wrong in my eyes at this point, you know? Besides the like special this weekend, that was just a gigantic bait fest for me. Other than that, Gabu can do no wrong. Other than that, Gabu can do no wrong. Unless they kill Sachika. If they kill Sachika, I might die. I might go absolutely nuts. It's been good so far. It's been so good. We watch it every Monday over here on Kick. Gabi Graduations was peak, bro. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying kind of gay. You know what I mean? Kind of gay. Did I see the Assassin's Creed Sentai parody? I did see a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. They turn her into the dark treat Shoma eats. That's like actually something the show would do. Why would you put that in my brain? Everyone wants her to become a writer, and I'm like, no, it's so much worse. Something so much worse is going to happen to her because she's so good. She's too good, and Toei's not going to let that happen. Imagine if it becomes terrible right at the end. Never say never. It's very possible. Full themes of Winners and Believing are out. Thoughts? They're both fucking great. I put them on at the gym this morning. They're both great. I love both of them. The Super Sentai endings theme tier list should be out this week or this weekend or early next week. I just started working on it. Again, Izu PTSD. You're right. But at the end, Izu's just a robot that Aruto can build over and does. Sachiko is a person, and the only way to undo that is if they like do the thing where they're like, we remade the whole world. And I hate that trope. It's the worst trope. But new Gojuju this weekend, new Gabu this weekend. We watched them Monday over at kick.com/Achilles, where I am currently streaming this, as well as YouTube. I can't show them on YouTube because copyright. I couldn't remember the name of it because of copyright. So now we're just chilling. You guys tell me your thoughts. I want to hear from you guys. Anything. Tell me anything. What you think about Power Rangers, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Garo. Tell me all your thoughts. Don't pull an X8 or Hibiki. I swear, Jeff Toei. Dude, X8 does it in the worst way, too. X8's just like, everyone's alive again. Nothing means anything. I think G should... I'm not reading the rest of that. Every main has trauma except her. Something about to happen. Right? Right? Alex, you see the vision. Everyone has trauma. It's just... she's just untouched. And I am okay with it. I like her as a character. But I'm afraid that the show won't like it. I'm very afraid the show won't like it. Power Rangers should keep the tokusatsu vibe no matter who's making it. I've heard this a lot. I've heard people like basically be super angry at Power Rangers for wanting to switch off of Sentai and everything. And I think it's an interesting dilemma. I think in 2025, is there really a need for a Power Rangers that essentially just takes the fights and the suits and everything from Super Sentai? On the one hand, far and away, Power Rangers has more representation than Super Sentai. Just right out. I mean, I'm not even talking about like racial, because that's a big one that people look to, but also just male and female and like genders. There's just far more girl Rangers than there are girl Sentai. Like half the teams, they have to switch so they have 2 girls. So like that's one point of it. But also I think the Power Rangers could be special if you get the right people behind it doing, one, what they know makes Power Rangers work, and 2, knowing how to convey that to a Western audience in a way that's interesting and new, if that makes sense. Like I saw this tweet today that was like, oh, they're not going to morph until the 2nd episode, and they're not going to get their rewards until the last episode, and it's going to be like Stranger Things-esque. And you know what's crazy? Is that like back in 2010, the entire fandom was fucking begging for something like that. Absolutely begging for that. And now everyone's just like, oh, we don't want this version of it. And it's like, we actually haven't really tried that version of it yet, especially in a miniseries type of way. And I think it can work like that. So do I think Power Rangers always needs to be stapled to its tokusatsu roots? Not really. I think Power Rangers could be a cartoon if it wanted to. I think it could be a 3D style, like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends type thing. I think all of those are great ideas and things that they should try. If Hasbro really wanted to put their whole bussy into Power Rangers, I think they should try those things. But I also think it could work as a Stranger Things miniseries type thing. And if it's going to work anywhere, it's going to work on Disney+. She has trauma. She just deals with it by putting on a happy face. This is true. She can't make anyone happy is what her thing was. Or she never puts her happiness first, if that was the thing. G is the best. Why do you keep talking about G? Blade to Gotchard, blue. Hibiki to Gabu, violet, purple. Kabuto to Zetz, hopefully not red. Ooh, you won't like a red one, really? Colin, what's up, babe? To be honest, I'm glad it's live action. I'd love an animated PR series, but I prefer the main event, so to speak, to be a live action show. Oh, I agree. I think there's a good pyramid that you can do here. I think the top of the pyramid has to be that this is what Power Rangers is. This is what the entire, sphere, zeitgeist of people will know Power Rangers as. And then you go down. I guess it's opposite. I guess it's the top of the pyramid is like the big one. And then you go down. And it's like, well, if you like Power Rangers a little more, there's the comics, there's the animated show, there's this. And then you go down more and they're like, oh, there's Hyperforce, there's this. And you could just have that be a thing. You don't like G? No, I'm just tired of hearing about G. No one's talking about G except for you. And now Megan. I think I'm going to do a Nuzlocke, guys. I think that's the next set of streams we're going to start. Is doing a Nuzlocke or maybe Undertale, because I've never played Undertale before. Power Rangers still has 0 animated shows, which is crazy when you think about it. Which is insane that they weren't like, here's Hyperforce as an animated show. Because all those people would voice act those characters in a heartbeat. We don't get enough of G. That's why I love him, because he's not like anything but like this one-off special. Is he in the Tyson movies? I don't even remember. I have my Boom Boom ring right now. Oh, speaking of, the Tegasword finally got 2 Boonanners. This Tegasword that we gave away here on stream. So that's hype. I said I want to do Nuzlocke while I'm playing the Pokemon Lo-Fi remixes, which is great. But I think I'll do a Nuzlocke. Probably of a game I haven't played before. I haven't played Sun or Moon. Are those Nuzlocks any good? Our cat hates it. I can imagine why. It's the worst. You should do a G cosplay. Is my mic okay? It's clipping sometimes? It's probably because it's so high. Because it's so high, and I don't think my compressor is set for... I got a new mic probably like 6 months ago now, and I didn't mess with the filters from the last mic. Let's see. Compressor. And I don't want to mess with it now because I'm afraid. Considering the VA Titans who came out of Saban, I'm truly shocked they never had a proper animation. It is crazy, but it's also not crazy when you think about how Saban really just didn't make any original stuff. Didn't do any original animation or anything of their own. If Gokaiger gets people into Sentai, the only logical conclusion is to remake Super Mega Force. Ooh, somebody said that, I can't remember, maybe it was in the Discord. Somebody was like, oh, I hope they do Die Ranger. And I'm like, that footage isn't even in 16:9. Like, what do you mean to do Die Ranger? They're not going to do Die Ranger. I'm like Toa with Jaden, but G instead. You ride that hard? There's Mystic Knights. I don't even think Mystic Knights was like a Saban original. Like, they got that from the production company that made it. Mystic Knights rules, though. I hope they bring Power Rangers Prime. I have the other 2 issues sitting on my desk here. I haven't read these yet, but as far as I know, they're not bringing in like the 90s universe like I thought they were going to do, where they're like, oh, here's Mystic Knights. They're only bringing VR Troopers in. But I hope we get more. I hope they're like, here's Mystic Knights, here's Masked Rider. They can't do Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad because obviously Super Aya owns that. But Marvel's going real hard on Ultraman right now too. And Godzilla. Fantastic Four fighting Godzilla. So is Spider-Man. So those are pretty high. Off topic, when I saw that fake Gojuger preview with Troy, I almost dropped my phone off a balcony. Dude, it would be so funny if they did that. It would be so funny if they did that. Fun fact, the actor for Kamen Rider G was also in a boy band called SMAP. SMAP is a crazy name for a band. SMAP is a crazy name for anything. Just SMAP. SMAP. Yeah, in conclusion, Disney has not bought Power Rangers. What we will get out of this is going to be nothing like the Disney era of Power Rangers or anything you've ever seen from Power Rangers. It's going to be something completely new, probably more in line with the 2017 movie, but in a better format, because I think that the mini-series format is going to do absolute fucking wonders for Power Rangers. Did I like your Gabu collection? Yeah, I really want those shoes. But you know what? It makes sense if they brought a Power Rangers actor to Gojuger as part of the history. Oh, 100%. I think the next episode we get the Zyuranger one, who everyone assumed was going to be someone with a connection to Power Rangers, and I think that would be really interesting if it is. But I think to not do anything in Gojuger with the Power Rangers character, or even next year with Power Rangers actor or some kind of tie, I think would be crazy. Maybe it's only that Tegazord sounds like Megazord and like they've already said it. Maybe that's all we get. But yeah, I think to not do it would be to be missing a big part of their history. I just hope it is an MMPR. I think a lot of people are scared that it's going to be like super MMPR. I don't think it'll be as MMPR as people think whenever they say that. I don't even think the suits will be that samey, honestly. I got an email about those Gabu shoes. They have 5 pairs left. Everybody went and grabbed them, just like the Boom Boonger shoes. What's up, Gabe? Actor just needs to know how to say engage to be in Gojuger. Hey, I'm all for just voiceovering them. Just letting them henshin, and then as soon as they're in suit, get a voice actor to do it. Better grab them quick. I don't know if I'm gonna grab the entire thing though. If I don't have the entire thing, then the shoes are like useless to me. Gojuger is fire so far too. Yeah. I can't wait for this weekend's episodes. Like I said, we watch them live over on Kick every Monday night at 5 p.m., which is like right now. But on Mondays, kick.com/Achilles. We're almost to, I don't know if I told you guys this. Kick has lowered its requirements to be verified on there. So we're almost to verification. We need 10 subscribers. We need 10 subs on Kick, and then we need something like 20 more chatters or something like that. We're almost to verification. After verification, they also lowered their requirements for Kick Partner program, and we're super close to that as well. We already hit one of the metrics. I can't remember which one, but we're super close to that as well. So like that's the goal for the rest of the year, or at least the next half of the year. Like if I don't get it by July-ish, I'll probably feel like I failed. I'll probably feel like I failed. What attachment should I get for the Desire Driver? I really like Bujin Sword. Have you listened to the Power Rangers audio drama? No, what is it? I didn't even know they had a Power Rangers audio drama. You can do it, I do believe. That's why I multi-stream over to YouTube as well. Even though people like the gaming ones don't get a lot of viewers, I'm like, hey, if you want to watch this stuff ad-free, come on over to Kick. My mic keeps glitching. I definitely see it. All right, I definitely see it cutting out right at the top. It is because I speak very loudly. Now it should be better. Now it doesn't look like I'm hitting the top. I'm not hitting the back of the audio thing now. Only when I yell. It's on YouTube and Spotify? Oh, sick. I'll check it out. Just finished Geats yesterday after watching half the show in one sitting. How'd you like it? Geats is one of my favorite writer shows. Just throwing that out there. Before you answer how you like it, let me just tell you, Geats, one of my top 3. Easily one of my top 3. Don't peak the mic. It's because I don't like what my mic sounds like when it's super low. When I just talk like this, I don't think I sound great. But I talk really loud most of the time. Remember when I remember when the first episode of Gojuger released, everyone was thinking, yo, the Red Rangers are going to be past Sentai actors. It was sick. And then episode 3, we had an Ultraman actor. Yeah. And there's been no other Rangers since. Just my entire premise for the show that I had in my head, completely wrong. Absolutely completely wrong. Can I ask you a question? There's a listing for a knockoff Yamato buckle on shopping site called Shopee for 700 Philippine pesos. For reference, that's $12 US. Should I go for it? Yeah, that's like nothing. Your mic is angry at you for not liking G enough. Shoot me. First Rider I finished. It's really good, and Hot Take Buffa is better as an ally. I don't think that's Hot Take. I think Buffa has a great arc altogether. Need to agree with you. Geats is my second favorite Rider series. Let's go! It's my second favorite too. Has all the sounds of the actual buckle from a freebie video. Oh yeah, then buy it. If you guys watch Pink Carbonara, he does a bunch of bootleg review videos, and some of those bootlegs he gets are like really fire. Like there's like no reason not to buy them. Bump Tire Ranger and Jetman didn't have a Universe Senshi. I wonder if we get to see them, or if they just like, oh, they lost their rings earlier than Goju Wolf got in the game, so like we'll never see who these people are. My bet that I hope never happens is that by episode 12 to 15 of Gojuger, they have collected all the rings, and then something bad happens and scatters all the rings again. And then we have to go get the rings all over again. Because that's when I would be like, fuck this show. Be like, hey, Kamen Rider Ghost, eat shit. I hate this. In Ghost, he was like, you don't have all the icons by now? Guess you get another 99 days. And it's like, all the stakes out the door. Why would we ever watch this show? You know? Also, my 5K is this weekend, guys. I am not ready. I have to go run a mile after this in a little bit. And like running outside, completely different. Completely different. It's crazy. Legend Driver for nearly 1,400 pesos, $25 approximately. Yeah, those aren't bad prices. I want a #1 battle of Gojuger team versus a team of 5 Universe Reds. That would be so fire. And then the Gojugers lose. And then they have to come back and beat them again. I want one team of Universe Rangers that are like band together that have decided we're just gonna win this. And then they the Gojugers. And the Gojugers have to like train to get better and become friends. Could be a rider. Which one would you be? We talked about this before. Like, are we talking Power Rangers, or do like I have to deal with all their drama ever? Do what no Toku fan has done before. Touch grass. Look, guys. You're all watching the newest episodes. Me? I got this medal. I ran. You gotta do it. You're gonna be running 3 on Saturday. I know, and I ran 1 outside the other day, and I was like, holy shit, running outside is way different than running on a treadmill. I can do 3 on a treadmill. Not no problem. Still was pretty hard, but like I can do 3 on a treadmill. And then I did 1 outside the other day, and I was like, holy shit, outside is way different. Outside is so different. Assassin's Creed Shadows came out or is coming out soon? I saw like Shroud playing it. I saw you watch Austin McConnell's video on Time Rider. Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, for someone that just watched one Super Sentai and decided, I like this so much, I want to make a video on it, I think it was a fine video. I don't think you need to know every single crevice of Tokusatsu to make a video on Tokusatsu. Ooh, that video actually like, popped off. Got 1.5k views. The last time I checked, I had like 86. Motherfuckers were losing their shit over that video's title. Dude, every year, I don't know if you guys noticed this. Every year I put out a video said new Japanese Power Rangers dropped. And it's every time we get an announcement for Super Sentai. I've done it 3 times. And all 3 times, people are like, it's not Japanese Power Rangers, it's Super Sentai. Actually, it's #1 Sentai Gojuger. Actually, it's called King Oger. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Thanks for your comment. So, like, yes, Japanese Power Rangers is literally the #1 thing I'll call it all the time when I'm not talking to, like, you. People that know what this is. I'm calling Ultraman Japanese Star Trek. You guys like Japanese Star Trek? The Legend Driver was new in price for that box. Yeah, if you can find Toku stuff on the cheap, get it. I know. So I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram, but this weekend I was at it's kind of like a convention, but they do it every week. And there's a booth there that sells tokusatsu stuff. And it sucks because going there, like, as someone who knows this stuff more than passively, I know where to get this stuff. I know multiple places I can get this stuff, and I know the prices of this stuff. But I'll go into this booth, and the prices are always insanely priced. And I'm like, ugh, that kind of sucks. I don't want to buy a Tegasword for $165 because I know what a Tegasword actually costs. And then there's other stuff that's used stuff where it's like, I know where this person gets this used stuff for very, very cheap. Because there's a store in Los Angeles that buys and sells used tokusatsu toys for very, very cheap. And they'll buy it and they'll take it there and they'll just mark up the price insane. And it's like, it ruins it for me so much. Make a video of ChatGPT to make a MC tokusatsu pitch to just make shit up for fun. Do I need to sign into ChatGPT to use it? ChatGPT. Fun fact, my father, who, if you know a little bit of Hercules lore, we're not great. I saw him this weekend, and he was telling me how he uses ChatGPT as a therapist, and I thought that shit was insane. And I gave him a piece of my mind because as much as he wanted to use it as a therapist, he talked about everything but his kids in ChatGPT, which I thought was a crazy thing to do. Pitch me a tokusatsu show. What if we just give it that? Oh my god. There's so much here. Hold on. I was not expecting this much. Okay, here we go. Sure, how about a tokusatsu show called Celestial Vanguard? Premise: in the distant future, humanity has discovered a series of ancient alien artifacts scattered across the galaxy known as the Celestial Stones. Each stone grants incredible power, capable of controlling the elements time, space, and even manipulating reality itself. But these artifacts come with a price. They attract the attention of a malevolent cosmic force, the Nility, a dark entity that seeks to erase existence itself. The Celestial Vanguard is a secret team of highly skilled warriors, each choosing to wield a different celestial stone. These individuals are not just soldiers, they are also outcasts from society. Gojuger mentioned! Handpicked for their unique abilities and unbreakable wills. As the Nility's forces begin to invade, the Vanguard must learn to harness the stone's power, fight the corrupting influence of the stones, and defend humanity from complete annihilation. Main characters: Kaito Tsubaki, the leader, wields the Stone of Light, which grants him control over energy, both destructive and healing. Kaito is driven by a deep sense of justice, but he's constantly battling the fear that the stone's power will consume him. This is crazy. I didn't expect this much. I expected this little bit. There is so much here. Yumi Kanzaki, the strategist, wields the Stone of Time, giving her the ability to manipulate time within a limited scope. Yumi is highly intelligent and calculating, always planning their next move. However, she's burdened by the constant paradoxes and unintended consequences caused by her powers. Ryo Hayashi, the powerhouse, wields the Stone of Earth, which allows him to manipulate tectonic forces and create earthquakes. Ryo is down-to-earth, calm person who often struggles to control the raw power at his disposal. Mika Okabe, the tech expert, wields the Stone of Space, giving her control over spatial dimensions, allowing her to create portals, alter gravity, and even collapse space itself. Mika is a genius, but often feels detached from the rest of the team due to her obsession with technology and finding the origin of stones. The protagonist would be called Kaido, right? It just makes sense. Takahashi Furuya, the rebel, wields the Stone of Water, which allows him to control bodies of water, summon storms, and even manipulate weather patterns. Takahashi is a wild card, impulsive, rebellious, and always questioning the authority of the Celestial Vanguard. The villains, the Nihility, a void-born force that seeks to erase everything, including the Celestial Stones, to return the universe to nothingness. Its agents are twisted, corrupted beings known as Dark Heralds, who are former bearers of the Celestial Stones that were overtaken by the Nihility's dark influence. The Heralds, fallen warriors who were once a part of the Vanguard but turned to serve the Nihility. They possess dark versions of the Celestial Stones. These are like the Psycho Rangers. Yo! Each specializing in a different form of elemental manipulation, now twisted to their will. Tone and themes, Celestial Vanguard would explore deep themes of power, sacrifice, and identity. The series would be action-packed with epic battles, combining martial arts, futuristic technology, and cosmic-level destruction, but it would also delve into the moral cost of wielding such an immense power and the emotional struggles of the team as they try to stay united in the face of overwhelming darkness. Quick, someone make fan art. Yeah, if you want to, this is your, this is your guys's. I don't think you can copyright ChatGPT like AI stuff. Go for it. Do whatever you want with it. Tokusatsu elements, giant mecha battles. The Celestial Vanguard has access to powerful mechs that can summon using the stones. They often face off against enormous Nihility-controlled creatures. Transformation sequence. Each member of the Vanguard has their own signature transformation, harnessing the Celestial Stone to gain enhanced armor and weapons. Monster of the Week. Each episode features a new Nihility possessed creature or herald, challenging them to adapt their strategies and powers in new ways. Visual style. The show would have a vibrant, almost surreal visual style, with the Celestial Stones glowing with intense energy, and the Nihility's influence warping the fabric of space and time in a hauntingly beautiful way. We have arcs? We have arcs here? Cliffhangers and arcs. Mid-season arc. One of the Celestial Vanguard members is tempted by the Nihility's power and falls into darkness. The team must confront both the external and their internal conflict. This is definitely the last guy, right? This is Takahashi, the rebel. Season finale. The Vanguard discovers the true origins of the Celestial Stones and the devastating truth that the only way to defeat the Nihility might be to sacrifice their very existence. They must choose whether to save the universe or protect themselves. Celestial Vanguard would blend classic tokusatsu action with emotional, character-driven story that explores consequences of wielding unimaginable power set against the backdrop of cosmic adventure and high stakes. Would you watch it? Yes. Awesome, I'm glad you liked it. Imagine their intense battles, the powerful transformations, the deep character arcs. It'd be such a thrilling ride. If you could see one of the characters as your favorite, who would it be? And would you prefer a darker or more heroic tone? Just yes. I like Kaito. I prefer heroic tones. Kaito is a great choice. His role as the leader and his inner struggle with the power of the Stone of Light would really give him a lot of depth. His unwavering sense of justice and determination would make him a great central character to follow, especially when he's facing the moral dilemmas that come with wielding such a powerful artifact. Since you prefer a more heroic tone, I can see Kaito's leadership shining through in each episode, inspiring the team to always do the right thing, even when the odds seem impossible. His moments of doubt, like when he fears the stone might consume him, would only serve to strengthen his resolve as a hero. Maybe there could even be a running theme of Kaito's struggle is not just against the Nihility, but against losing his own humanity in the process. ChatGPT, this is like, here's your 2026 Sentai. They figured it out. ChatGPT just showed us a whole new series and gave spoilers at the same time. Our next Sentai trademark from ChatGPT. Okay, let's see. What's Kamen Rider Zets? Is that how you spell it? the Discord go? Here we go. Z-E-Z-T-Z. Z-E-Z-T-Z. What's Kamen Rider Zets about? Couldn't find any information in Kamen Rider series title Zets. It's possible that this might be a misspelling for a fan-made concept. For instance, there's a fan-created series called Kamen Rider Zeta, which is a robot-themed installment in the franchise, which the plot revolves around Naito, a woman in her late 30s who becomes Kamen Rider Zeta to protect the world from deceptive forces. Additionally, there's a mention of Kamen Rider Zeta in the official Kamen Rider wiki, describing it as a rider created by Smart Brain who fought against Kamen Rider Faiz and Aber Red. However, detailed information about this character seems to be limited. Make a synopsis for Kamen Rider Zets. All right, you ready? Here it is. Figured it out. Kamen Rider Zets, the Ascension of Darkness. In a world where... Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. Kamen Rider fanfic wiki. You guys read this one yet? Is it good? My dad had a heart attack because I said MMPR is shit. Hey, your dad's right. Don't hurt him. Premise. In a world where humanity has unwittingly become entangled in a war between ancient forces of light and darkness, a new Kamen Rider emerges. Zetsu, a warrior born from the shadows of a forgotten age. A rogue faction of an ancient organization known as the Covenant has begun to awaken in ancient power to plunge into the world of eternal light. The darkness, known as the Eclipse, seeks to absorb all of humanity's energy, turning the planet into an endless void. The key to stopping the Eclipse lies in Zetsu, a mysterious rider who inherits the Obsidian Driver, a powerful device tied to an ancient power of the Eclipse itself. As the world is pushed to the brink of destruction, a lone man named Kaito... Why is it always Kaito? Why is it always Kaito? A lone man named Kaito Kurosawa, a brilliant but misunderstood scientist, becomes the unwilling bearer of Zet's power. Kaito was once a member of the Covenant, but after learning of their true intentions, he betrayed them, going underground to prevent the nefarious plans. When an encounter with the Eclipse Shards, dark fragments that manifest from the abyss, grants him the ability to transform into Kamen Rider Zets, Kaito was forced to embrace the darkness within him to fight against the impending annihilation of humanity. However, the Obsidian Drive is not just a tool for salvation. It also threatens to consume Kaito's very soul, pushing him to confront his own deepest fears and doubts. As he battles the Covenant and the monstrous agents of the Eclipse, Kaito must struggle to retain his humanity while wielding a power that is dangerous as it is destructive. Well, there's the clickbait YouTube short. I know what Zets is about. We got it, baby. Look, it did themes and everything for all of them. Although losing your own humanity is like, yeah, very big Kamen Rider thing. Don't know if I need it in my Super Sentai as well. Why is everyone Kaito? Kaito? The best name for a hero. Kaito is the true hero name, guys. How do you not know this? Duh. All right, did any scans come out? Did any scans come out that I'm missing? No? Don't see anything. But with that, here is where I'm gonna end it. Friday, I will be back live again. Getting Kaido from all the fanfics, that makes sense. I will be back Friday live again, the day before this 5K that I'm supposed to run. So be here for that. And then Monday, the newest episodes of Gojuger and Gabu. I always forget one of them. Gojuger and Gabu gonna be live over at kick.com/Achilles. As always, please say goodnight to everyone in the chat. You've all been fantastic. I'm gonna say goodnight to you right here, and I will see you next time.
You know money got money, I'm a paradise. 3 scoop creatine steam room, you can have 3 bad thoughts giving me triceratops. 3 short kings in the squad like Eric. I'ma take your chick like a thief in the night. You off, I'm on, it's the circle of life. I'ma top my shit, yeah, I'm crossing the line. Yeah, I'm BBNO, one of a kind. Mr. Zero, bro, made a typo. My girl got a girl, she a nympho. Ain't too good, I think I need lipo. Prop 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm a psycho. Commas in $1 million bucks. More than I'm giving in fucks. Shotties with a big old butt. 4G out of sets on a truck. 1 to the kidney, 2 to the dome. That's left, right, go. Got a rollie for the brunch and a panic for the show. That's left, right, go. Got a big new body and a whip it like a pro. That's left, right, go. Got a great main chick and a real bad hoe. That's left, right, go. Outside sunny with a shine, it's sunny with a sweet new honey like ooh la la. Don't want I'm shredding, doing pingers at bunnies. Yo man, I'm sunning cause I'm really that guy. Only on fast, love cheese, went keto. Pat my fur like a pussycat pico. Funko, pop that pussy like Clico. Dust on the table, I ain't talking no Cheeto.